guys, welcome back to Karan's Cuisine. For my third episode of the world tour, I'll be making Arroz Con Pollo, which means chicken with rice. Even though it didn't originate from Costa Rica, we were able to find it everywhere, and we ate it everywhere in mom and pop diners called sodas, so that's why I'll be making Arroz Con Pollo for my Costa Rica dish. Arroz Con Pollo means chicken with rice, and I'm making it the traditional way, where I split it into two parts, making the chicken broth or bouillon, and then making all the rice components. If you want to skip the first part, you can, because I'm making the bouillon myself, but you can just go to your local supermarket and buy it. For the chicken broth, you're going to need 1 pound or 600 grams of chicken thighs, 1 celery, half a bell pepper, half a medium-sized onion, 1/4 of a big onion, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 6 cloves of garlic. To make the bouillon, first we need to get rid of the fat that's on the chicken. To do this, cook the chicken in a pot that's on medium heat with just enough water so that the chicken is barely immersed in the water. I'm going to do that now. Okay, see how it's barely immersed? Now we let this cook for 5 to 10 minutes until a white layer of fat forms on the top. It's been 10 minutes and the white layer has formed, and this is how it looks. And now I can get rid of the fat and pour off the water. I got rid of all the fat and water, and I replaced it with 8 cups of fresh water. So now we can boil it at medium-high with the vegetables and salt for 1.5 hours. I forgot to add carrots, so I'm adding it now. 1.5 hours, and the water quantity reduced by about 50%, and I have to filter it out into a colander, and then my first step will be done. For the second part, you're going to need 6 cloves of diced garlic, half an onion, diced, 3/4 cups of green beans, 3/4 to 1 cup of corn, however you want it, half of a yellow capsicum, half of a red capsicum, 1 carrot, and 1 celery stick, all diced, and 2 cups of rice, 4 cups of chicken broth, and the chicken and vegetables that were left over from the chicken broth. Also, you're going to need 2 tablespoons of achiote paste for a red color, 1 tablespoon of salt, and you need sauce Lizano for this recipe, but you can only find that on Amazon, so I'm using soy sauce. And if you want sauce Lizano, you can just buy it from Amazon. Put your pan on medium heat, and I put a teaspoon of oil. I'm going to put a tablespoon of butter. And then while it's melting, add garlic, and then wait 30 seconds, and then cook the onions until they're translucent. For the people who didn't do the first step, which is cooking the chicken broth, you have to heat your pan to medium and then cook the chicken with a little bit of oil on for 8 to 10 minutes on each side, and then take it out and then use the leftover oil from the chicken to cook the onion, garlic, and other vegetables, and then do the rest of the process. It's been about 2 to 3 minutes, and it's time to put all the other vegetables in, except for corn and green beans. Oh, since I'm using canned green beans, I'm not putting them in now, but if you're using fresh green beans, you have to put them with these vegetables. I've cooked the vegetables for 2 to 3 minutes, and now you can add the salt and then cook it for another 2 to 3 minutes. Now add the achiyatto paste or powder, and then cook it for another 5 to 10 minutes. Just 5 minutes, not 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, now once we've mixed the achiote paste, you can see that the vegetables are getting really red, and that's really the whole purpose of it. It has no taste. It's just to give the rice a nice red color. It's like a tongue twister. Now we can cook it for 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes, and now I can add soy sauce to the vegetables. Add about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Now I'm adding this paste that we made out of the vegetables that we cooked in the broth. You don't have to add this, but I just didn't want to waste any vegetables. So I'm adding this and mixing it in. Now after 2 minutes we can add the rice. I washed my rice twice while the vegetables were cooking, and now I can add it in. Now cook this for 2 minutes and then we can add the broth. Traditionally, they use long grain rice in Costa Rica, but I'm just using what I have at my home. And you can also add 1 to 2 teaspoons of oil if you don't want the rice to stick together. And it's been 2 to 3 minutes, so now I can add my broth. Now mix this up and cover the lid and cook this on medium heat for 15 minutes. While the rest of it is cooking, I'm going to shred my chicken. I've already done most of it, but I'll do the rest. It's been 15 minutes and the moisture has all been absorbed from the chicken broth. And now we can add the chicken, the green beans, and the corn. And if needed, you can add a little bit of water if you think your rice is a little hard. Now reduce the temperature by 3 dots and close the lid and cook it for 5 to 10 minutes. It's fully cooked and now my Arroz Con Pollo is ready! Yay! I'm going to try and attempt the Costa Rican way of serving it, which is putting it in a cup and then flipping it over to make a mound of rice. And I'm just using like one of my cereal bowls, but you can use whatever you want or anything that's in your house. Time to do the flipping, which it'll either be the hardest part or the funnest part. Just flip over it. Ooh. Okay, and then real. Oh my god, it's so cute. Oh, it's like perfect. Well, I guess now I can taste it. Tastes just like when I had it in Costa Rica. Oh, it looks so good with the mound too. Make sure to try this recipe, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for my next video, which will be from Denmark.